This is Umar for BoxNation. Brad Pauls has weighed in, refueled, and it's just go time now. Just had your face off there with Nathan Heaney as well. Take anything away from that or not, Brad?
I don't look into it too much, but it's a bit obvious the vibe's a little bit different this time. A little bit more emotion from Nathan. Obviously, he's not happy about a few things he mentioned in a press conference, and yeah, it makes no difference to me. I'm the same no matter what. I still think it's going to be an interesting fight. I think the stars will gel again, so it's interesting.
We're talking about that. He spoke to me yesterday. I just want you to have a look at this clip.
Go.
Smug and arrogant, Brad Pauls. I didn't expect that. You can just pick little things up when you see someone, the way they smile, and the way they and the way they talk about you. Or like I said before, when I mentioned about the one-word answers, like when they asked me what I thought of Brad, the first thing I said was strong. Like I said, the first thing he said was popular. It was nothing to do with boxing ability.
Thoughts?
It's the first time I've seen that. Yeah, obviously I've found him up somehow. I've never really been called smug or arrogant before, so I was sort of taken back by it. It's not really my style, but obviously to him that's his opinion, how he feels about me. I didn't mean any offence, but not that it matters, but I didn't mean any offence by it, but you can't think of Nathan Heaney and not think popular. He's one of the biggest ticket sellers in the country. It wasn't a dig at his ability. Listen, we had a good fight in the draw. Has to be good. I rate him. I said it all the way through. But he is popular. He said it himself. He thought, I am popular on the press conference. So, yeah, if Fast found him up, then so be it. It's not personal for me. I just want his belts. That's all. But if that puts a bit between his teeth and he's going to come bring it on Saturday night, then lovely for the fans.
Yeah, so he did refer to you as smug and arrogant. I think that took everyone by surprise. People who know you in boxing, very calm, nice guy you are. But even though you haven't tried to get under his skin, do you think you have?
Yeah, there's something that's bothered him. I think some of it's me. I don't think all of it's me. I think a lot of the online comments, which he's mentioned before, I don't tell people to do these things. Obviously, he's very well supported by his Stokies, and I'm the same with the Cornish. And they're very passionate, and they're going to message and comment and say things. And he obviously reads through them, and they're going to get under his skin. And I've had the same with Stokies messaging me. It just don't bother me. I just couldn't care less. It means nothing to me, but it obviously bothers him somehow. So it's boxing. You're going to get praise, and you're going to get critics. That's how it goes. So if that's bothered him, then that's the way it is.
The first fight was enthralling, a fight of the year contender. Very close. I've heard a lot of people say Nathan won it. I've heard a lot of people say you won it. I've heard people say a draw's fair. What do you have to do this time differently? Because, look, we both know how you guys fight. It's going to probably be a great fight again. But to get that clinical win, what do you have to do, Brad?
I think just be the same but a little bit better. So the same but a little bit neater, the same but a little bit sharper, the same but a little bit more elusive with getting hit with shots. I think I'm going to be a few % better going into this fight with the experience from the last one. I'm getting used to the big screens and the 12 rounds. I just have to be a few % better. And if Nathan's the same or worse, I win. And if he's a few % better and he comes better this time, it's going to be another great fight. So I think it's going to be close either way. But I can just promise my absolute everything to get that belt on Saturday.
In that interview again with me yesterday, he said there's no fear factor with yourself after going the distance with yourself. He said, for example, if I was fighting Denzel Bentley, even if I was dominating like he was, I'd still be switched on and kind of worried about what he can do to me in an instant. He says, with yourself tomorrow night, he gives you credit for being a very good fighter, but he says you can't hurt him in the 12 rounds.
I can't hurt him.
Well, he hasn't got that fear factor with you.
I hope he keeps that mindset through them 12 rounds. It's a strange thing to say, I think. I did hurt him a few times, which he said as well. Yeah, if he feels like he can not switch off and not get hurt, and yeah, it's fine. I know I have the ability to hurt him and I have the power to hurt him. I felt it before. He's a sharp, strong fighter as well. I've got to be on my A game and I've got to be sharp. He's slick and he's got a good jab and he can move. And that's why it's such a well-matched fight. But I know I can hurt Nathan.
Yeah, I think to make that clear, I think I might have misquoted him slightly there. I think he said, look, anyone can hurt each other. But it was definitely what he said to me was that with yourself, there's no fear factor where you can switch his lights off like that.
Yeah.
We'll see tomorrow night, won't we?
I suppose we'll see tomorrow night. And I said in an interview the other day, he's got a great chin, Nathan. Like, he took shots off Denzel. He took shots off me. He's not a chinny sort of guy. He's really durable.
Do you think you took anything out of him in the first fight?
Yeah, I think so. I think I put a dent in him. I think that the pace was good, and I think, yeah, I do.
Well, obviously your focus, just like with himself, is on tomorrow night. But there's some huge things going on in the middleweight division. You know, Queensbury have got Hamza Shiraz in against boxers Tyler Denny on a huge bill. That's going to get great publicity, that fight. I mean, the winner of this against Shiraz Denny just seems like the natural play. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's massive. There's so many good fights at middleweight. It's a real packed division. Obviously, it'll be going over old ground with Denny. And it'll be interesting to see. He's gone on, he's done brilliant, and you've got to give him credit. European champion. And yeah, after this, any of these fights are possible. There's loads of them out there. So this one first, and then whatever happens, happens.
Apart from yourself, because you've got to back yourself and rate yourself as number one, but in terms of Tyler, Hamza, Nathan, Chris Eubank Jr., who do you see as number one domestically?
That's a good question. Yes, not that because he beat me, but he sort of go towards Denny just because he's busier than everyone. He always seems to be fighting every other month, and he's beat a lot better names. Like, he just beat Cash, and Cash was a really good fighter.
Do you think he'll beat Shiraz?
Oh, I don't know. It's such a hard one to gauge. The size difference is massive, but Denny uses his size well. He's a small target and he moves a lot. He's hard to hit clean, so I think Denny could do it. You know, he could rough him up a little bit. It's really interesting fight.
Well, I think we're blessed in the middleweight division, clearly by the names I've just said. And tomorrow night, live on TNT Sports, the Magnificent Seven card is headlined by a great rematch involving this man against Nathan Heaney. And if it's half as good as the first one, we're in for a treat. So make sure you tune in. Brad, appreciate your time and best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you very much, mate. See you tomorrow.
God bless.
Come on.